All right. Thank you so much, Miss Mariah. And it's my great pleasure to introduce a leader in our industry, Miss Melody McGuire, who's working nationwide to better professional development and improve programmatic support for high-quality providers and those working towards achieving that goal. We've been very privileged to partner with Melody on various events and support opportunities, and are so excited for you to learn from her directly about achieving your goals for high quality care and recognition through ECE Circle Time. And Miss Melody, if you wanted to come on video, and we'll get this party started.
Hello to each and every person. I am excited to be here. I almost wanted to know who was she talking about because I couldn't believe she was talking about me. So I couldn't believe that she was talking about me. But hey, y'all, I am ready to get this party started. I want to help you go from good to great. But before we do that, welcome to the Early Childhood Educators Circle Time. Yes, we're here with the NCCA, but they are just allowing me to have circle time with you. That is the name of this company, and that is what we do. We're working with young children. We know that circle time is usually the party starter of the day. That's where we are providing lessons, we're providing instruction, we're greeting the children. And so, no, I'm not calling you as children. I'm not doing that. But in 2021, January 14th, 2021, on a social app, I was just trying to figure out my place in the world. How can I add? And so this is where this concept came from. Now, if you ever join me on Clubhouse or in any room like this, I am going to sing to you. Yes, I'm going to sing to you. And so I want you to take your pen and your paper and put it to the side. That's right. Take your pen and paper and put it to the side because you're going to have an opportunity to go back and then take some extra notes. So there's no rush. Just take your time. We're just going to have a good time. Is that all right with you? Can I get some hearts in the chat for the people who are here with me live? Okay, now let me give you a little bit of info. That social audio app is just what it is. It's like coming on to the radio, and we set the tone. And in that circle time, I'm going to set this tone to you, with you. You're going to be able to sing with me if you want to. If not, you can do just like the rest of the children. Just sit there. So hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Now, because we are focusing also on high quality programming, that also means that there's some cultural aspect that we need to operate in and facilitate in the learning of the classroom. So I learned this. I had to go on my own. You know, if you're a teacher, you have to also be in position to learn. And so I put together the Spanish version of it. I'm going to sing it to you now, okay? Hola, hola. Hola, ¿cómo está? Estoy bien, espero que tú estás bien. Hola, 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 ¿cómo está? Estoy bien, espero que tú estás bien. Now, with this session that we're going to have together, for those of you who are catching the replay, I'm so sorry, but I'm welcome. Everybody else, my expectation is for you to also join in with me. Put something in the chat if need be. Whatever it is that you want to share, that'll be fine. I'm so glad that friends are here from all over, and especially my hometown, Atlanta, Georgia, because that's where I started at. I was a substitute teacher, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. The first time I walked into the classroom, the teacher invited me over to circle time. Y'all, I stopped and I looked. I saw trains and toys, and I really thought at that moment something was going to go across my head and it was going to be over for me. But when I joined in Circle Time, I realized I was exactly where I needed to be. And for the past 20 years, I cannot run away from this industry if I wanted to. So, on today, I'm going to be sharing with you on how to go from good to great and the importance of not just early childhood education and child care, but actually recognizing national accreditation. We have so much to talk about. We have so much to do, and things are in store. But if you're just feeling good, I want you to feel great by the end of this session, knowing that as an early childhood educator and child care provider, we make a difference in the lives of children. And everything that we do, even this moment right now, while you're not taking notes, but just listening, is going to have a positive effect on what you do with the children. So every now and then you're going to hear me say, hit it, Miss Jam. And Miss Jam is the one who's helping me go through these slides. So Miss Jam, I think we're ready. Give it to me. Hit it, Miss Jam. I love this quote. High quality early childhood education is one of the best investments we can make for our children and our future. Now, when we have circle time, there's always a word that I pull out to help the children. Normally, when you go to one of my websites, if you go pull up my old website, ECE with Miss Melody, you're going to scroll down and halfway through the page, you're going to see a word on the board and it said paleontologist. Well, today, your word, our word is benefits. And the way that I teach it to the children, we do it kinesthetically. We also understand that there are children who just can hear it and go. So for right now, we're going to do kinesthetic, non-kinesthetic, auditory. Benefits, let's clap it. Benefits, let's snap it. Benefits, let's nod it. Benefits. If you got it in the chat, come on, let's do it one more time. Y'all ready? Benefits is our word for today. Let's clap it. Benefits, let's snap it. Benefits, let's nod it. Benefits. And today, let's just get a little jiggy with it. Benefits. And I'm pulling that out, and I want us to make sure that we focus on not just the investment, but we're making the investment because of the benefits. As we know, and for those of you who don't know, come in a little bit closer. National accreditation just really started almost 40 years ago. It's almost 40 years old. And in the midst of that, since around about 1990, we've been working on many states, what we call the QRIS. That's the Quality Rating and Improvement System. That came about because, of course, in 85, 86, NACCE introduced their accreditation, and NECBA came along in 1991, and so many others, wonderful organizations. But just for the purposes of us all being on one accord, I'm going to mention again, going back to about 1985, accreditation, national accreditation has been around for about 40 years. And so, as you see, it's the implementation of standards in early childhood programs and how we're going to acknowledge that that superior quality early childhood education plays in all of that. So I want you to understand that this is still of a nuance, but over the past 40 years, it has shaped what we do in this industry and how we are helping serving children, families, and our communities. Okay, Miss Jam, let's go, girl, let's go. Now, let's talk about holistic. When we look at holistic, just the basic definition, we know that we're talking about a person's social, emotional, we're talking about their physical, we're talking about their mental, we're talking about also their intellectual. But for us, because we are pretty solid in understanding holistic, we're adding on that extra layer. Now, if we talk about the ecosystem of the child, we're part of the microsystem, that immediate family, mom, dad, we're part of that first circle outside of the doors of the house. other things influence the child's environment, mom's job, and all of that. Well, as early childhood educators, we want to make sure that we are a positive influence. So, what we do in adding a layer and what we have to continue to work on is ensuring that the physical environment of where we have our children, whether it is in a home, a ministry, or a center, is top quality. We want to make sure that the curriculum is top quality, research based, and if it's not research based, helping it get to the point of collecting data to also become something that can provide reliable based information. We want to look at the health and safety of those environments. We are a part of the microsystem, but in between that microsystem to go into that mesosystem, we just going to add this little extra layer. We need to also look at leadership and what it is that owners, directors, program specialists, and management, what they're also doing to ensure that the environment is the best. And just go ahead and slide on in workforce. Workforce development is so important. You remember when I told you I started my early childhood education journey, I was a substitute. And how I got into this industry was through workforce development. I was around about 19, 20 years old. I was a little hot headed. I had served a year with Hands on Atlanta AmeriCorps in a local elementary school setting. And for those of you who are going to meet me soon, especially if you come to the event next year, that's the shameless plug in for NCCA. I'm not that tall. I'm vertically challenged. But just know that mighty things come in little packages. Knowing that the elementary school students and some of my experiences, I said, oh, I'm not ready. I wasn't ready to finish my education at the university. I was just kind of in a fog. And how I ended up as a substitute was the workforce development manager said, well, hey, you have skill sets, but not enough. Why don't you try working at the daycare? And it was the best decision that I ever made. I began to go on to school. I went to school to go to school to go to school. That by the time I graduated from Atlanta Technical College, my name was listed on the program 5 times. I wasn't leaving until I got everything that I could get because I was so enthused about becoming an early childhood educator. Get the benefits. I'm off on the weekends. Hey, come pick up your baby at 6 o'clock. I'm going home. Some of that. So come on, Miss Jam, let's roll. We want to make sure that, of course, in holistic development, it's the child at the center, but what it is that we add must make a difference too. So yes, how does National Accreditation benefits can take your center to the next level? Let's keep on going, Miss Jam. Let's talk about it. They're ready. They're ready. Let's talk about how it, going back to that workforce. If it wasn't for going to the Georgia Department of Labor, I wouldn't be here. I would not have had that opportunity. And so there's so many things that needs to be looked at that though I didn't have formal education, identifying with serving the children, their families, and communities helped push that passion to help me to begin to walk in my purpose. So we have to look at that part of national accreditation, ensuring that we are providing assistance for teachers. Not all accreditation bodies require assistant teachers to have associate degrees. That's really good. So what does that say to me? If I can become a nationally accredited program without having to stress my teachers out, but to provide an experience for them, to go through career development with them, my program will be stronger. I'm not saying do not go to school. I told you, I went to school to go to school to go to school. It took me 12 years to earn my bachelor's degree because life was lifing. But in the midst of that, I was still yet growing and progressing in my career and with my education. So you want to make sure that you look at that. all of the accreditation bodies are going to ask you, what is it that you're doing to help your teachers grow? And with workforce um, programs and pathways to alternative education, many people can be like I was. I was a Hope Grant recipient, and I made sure I used every last dollar of the Hope Grant. I hope they didn't call me and ask for their money back because I didn't have it then, and I don't have it now. I'm just playing. But accreditation supports the staff. It puts your center at success. And here's the thing: a good company is only as good as its people. Now, I'm going to tell you who said that. Have you ever eaten any soup? Say, good. Yeah. The president of Campbell said that. And as I began to look more into understanding that, then what we pour into the staff members and how we help them, along with doing what we need to do in order to reach those standards, matter. So come on, Ms. Jam, let's roll on. It strengthens your curriculum. There are so many different types of curriculums that we can use. Accreditation does not restrict you, but there is an encouragement to make sure that you have research based information. And you want to have research based information for the benefits. That means that it has either been tested and tried, and it cannot be denied. But you want to make sure that we're not just, as we say, and as I love to joke, there's a book that was written and it has President Bush on the cover, and it said, "Is our children learning?" You know, we want to make sure that they're not just learning, rote information like A, B, C, D. That's rote because you can say it without knowing the concept. But with accredited programs, we take the information from rote, or ditto sheets to be applicable, something that the child can see, something that they can be a part of, something that shows an evidence of learning from the beginning to the end. This is the progression, and this is the culminating project of what a child may have learned. So being a part of a national accreditation helps you to be able to say that my curriculum is strengthened and we are doing what we need to do. Okay, Ms. Jam, let's go. Improve resources and facilities. I'm going to be quiet for a second because I almost said something, but I'm not going to say it. I'm just playing. We want to make sure that the children, regardless if they are in a home, if they are in a center, wherever they are, is a quality environment. So let me stop, and I am going to say it. Let's go back and roll back close to about 120 years ago. Let's go down early childhood education lane. Let's go down the lane to bring it back up. And one of the reasons why this is so important. During the transition of our economies from where we had enslaved people and where we had people who were watching children, there were a lot of unnecessary deaths that happened and occurred. And I know sometimes people are like, I don't like my state lady. Well, I was a state lady one time too. I've done a lot of things in my career. And this is why it's so important, because those little things will end up taking a child's life. And though sometimes we are a best word to say, we are a overlooked industry. We don't want to be looked at in a negative light. We are an overlooked industry, but let something happen to a child, we're going to be on the news. And I like good news. So we want to make sure that the buildings are equipped. Over 100 years ago, when we were changing the landscape of our economy, children were being taken to factories. There were children, 18 plus 20 children in cars just waiting for parents. Parents didn't know what to do then. And almost sometimes we are still working on what to do now. But when we open up our doors, regardless of if it's a home, a center, a ministry, we want to make sure that we're providing a safe place. And national accreditation puts you in a position to ensure that you are looking at what you do and how you are ensuring the health and safety of children. So come on, Miss Jam. I'm off my soapbox. I'm off my soapbox. It enhances credibility. That's a good one. Remembering that the accreditation process is almost reaching 40 years old. In about 3 years, we'll be almost at 40 years old. It is not to be a challenge, but an enhancement. And that is why in the early 1990s, states began to pull together the QRIS, Quality Rating and Improvement System, because no, not everybody was able to obtain going above and beyond the state regulations. Some people, and if I'm talking about you, don't worry about it, don't write it down. I know we're doing everything that we can do to keep the doors open. Just look straight ahead on the Zoom, just look straight at me. I know. I it's okay. It's okay. Virtual hug. It's okay. It's okay. But following along that path of your state's quality rating and improvement system gives you that bridge. And national accreditation starts once they cross that bridge over into the land for a journey of continuum. National accreditation is about continuum. So even though they may cross the bridge to become nationally accredited, there's still things that needs to continue to do. You don't just become accredited and stop. You still have to be reevaluated every so often, depending on the body. And then, depending on your state, listen now, let me pull out a state real quick. For instance, if you were in Arizona, once you have reached your higher levels 3, 4, and 5 in or accredited, you're not having your visits as much there every 24 to 27 months for just that state. So there are lots of benefits along with getting the recognition. It happens, and it's not something that we want to take lightly. Parents, even then, as we've come through the matriculation of providing care for children, want their children at the best. Even the mom who does not have employment or is an at-risk family. And I can say comfortably at risk because I served many at-risk families. I was also an at-risk youth coming into adulthood, which was one of the reasons that early childhood plugged my heart, and that service for serving as an hands-on Atlanta AmeriCorps member, because I got to come outside of myself and say, what can I do to help the communities that I serve? So yes, you have to take on the challenge because it's going to set you up for success in receiving military benefits, your name being written at the top of your QRIS, the ability to be able to apply for grants, or just say that we are a part of a nationally accredited body. We go above the state requirements. So come on, y'all, let's keep going. Come on, Miss Jam. I know I'm preaching to the choir about the benefits, but as I'm preaching to the choir, I need for you to sing the same song when you go out in the streets. Can you sing that with me? If you can sing it with me, give me a heart or something in the chat. Let me know that you're going to sing it with me. Say, I'm singing with you, Miss Melody. Thank you. Now here's another one. It increases accountability. Accreditation will increase that accountability. It lets everyone know that we're in it to win it. We're in it to win it, to ensure that the children and the families and the community are getting the best. We know that the pandemic was one of those catalysts that made everyone stop and take a second look at what and how we are serving the workforce, parents, mothers, those who are trying to pay the bills, even the programs that are just trying to keep the doors open. As challenging as the pandemic was, there were so many things that happened from it. And I urge you to not let it die down, to continue to speak with those who are right there within your sphere, your colleagues, the families, the communities, being involved in your quality of life plan, going to the meetings so that you can know what's going on and support. That's what accreditation does. And one of the things that I love about national accreditation is they ask you, what do you do to support the families within that area? It's accountability, letting people know that children are our most vulnerable, but it's not just the children that are our most vulnerable, it is the families. Because no mother would be able to work 8 hours plus and not be concerned about her child. So, a nationally accredited facilities help parents to, praise God. That's how they do it. Now, I will say this. Not all high quality programs are nationally accredited. I'm going to say that to you. Not all high quality programs are nationally accredited, but nationally accredited programs are high quality. And if you happen to catch them on a challenging day, those programs who are nationally accredited, they have the tenacity to still keep working at it. Because as I stated to you, it is a continuum. You reach that journey, the land of the infinite. And with the land of the infinite and high quality programs, we are respecting the children. We are a resource for the family. And we are looked at as leaders within our industry. So yeah. Okay, Miss Jam, let me go ahead and pause. Come on, let's go, Miss Jam. Let's go. Enhance that reputation. Let everybody know that your program is there and your program is a leader. Now, not only you be a leader, but ask those around you to follow suit. It's so important for them to follow suit because the stronger our early childhood and childcare programs are, regardless if they're in a home, a facility, a center, a school, a university, the stronger our programs, the better our communities, the better reputation we have, and most importantly, the better it is for our industry. I don't know about you, but don't you just be calling me no babysitter. I don't sit on babies. I need everybody. Yeah, I don't sit on babies. Everybody needs to be on that continuum. It's a journey. Those high quality programs are able to get the extra resources. They are able to be seen. And most granting people with a little extra change, they don't mind because they know that you'll go above and beyond and that you're going to produce the results because you just don't become accredited. When the verifier comes in, they're looking at paperwork, they're looking at classrooms. How did you just buy these items? Some items you might just buy. Come on now, some items you just might buy because it's a process. But listen, come enhance that reputation. Let the people know that you have a research-based curriculum, that you're involved in your community, that your teachers are having continuing education opportunities, that you're having annual reviews, that you're having meetings with your staff, that you are in compliance with your local child care licensing. It's so important. And if we want people of the world to see us more than just babysitters now, there's no shade. I'm just saying, I don't sit on babies. I am an early childhood educator and child care provider. It's a difference now. It's a difference. Okay, come on, Miss Jam. Happy customers beget happy customers. And even if they're quiet, there's going to be someone who says, well, hey, what's different about your program? Number 7, We have better business practices. We're ensuring that the children are signed in and out. Every time we go out the building in our first aid kit, we already have numbers and contact information. We have a way where our parents are communicating. Listen, some of you, I know this is your second time. If you're watching this, you're like, well, wait a minute, I do that. I do that. Yes, you're closer to being nationally accredited than you think. Start this journey with us. We're all here. You can do it. It improves everything about our industry. And if we want the respect that we need and deserve, just like secondary education, we have to start using these models. And national accreditation has been around going on 40 years. There is at least one organization out of the major 8 that your facility is in alignment with. Everybody can't be a part of the first one or the most known one. Everybody can't be a part of the second one. But out of the 8, there's one program that you can identify with that will help everybody know how great you are. Come on, Miss Jan, let's go. Now, you remember I told you about that book with President Bush on there, Is Our Children Learning? Now, we need better outcomes. We need better outcomes. And national accreditation charges you to do that. Mhm. It's like if you look at the circle, more than 50% of your national accreditation is what happens in the classroom. That's why workforce development is at number 1 on our list. More than 50% of your national accreditation is what happens in the classroom. So what happens in the classroom? Are teachers supported? Can they ask for something? Are they even creative to go outside? I mean, literally, I would give you, let me save you $500 and tell you something about your science. Going to get the leaves and observing the leaves, bringing them into the classroom, going on a nature walk and taking the pictures and bringing those into the classroom. National accreditation isn't about how much money you put into a specific curriculum or the materials, how sturdy. Listen, there's been people who got nationally accredited with lakeshore items, and there's been people that have gotten nationally accredited with things from the Goodwill. Don't hate, bring it back, Miss Melody. Focus on the children. It is about the experience. We want to improve the outcomes. Now I have another book that says, Is Our Children Learning? They are learning. And accreditation puts you in the lane to let the world know that, hey, we're standing the way that we need to stand and supporting them. Okay, come on, Miss Jam, let's go on. Let's keep rolling. There it is, folks. Obtaining accreditation elevates the program by maximizing the numerous benefits of being accredited. It's more than just being the 5-star of your state or walking up the ladder from 1. It's more than that. It's about you and how much you care and how much you dare to go beyond. There's nothing wrong with taking your time. The accreditation process in itself has a self-study. Sometimes it might take you a minute. And then sometimes you might have to say, let me call ECE Secretary. Miss Melody, what you doing, girl? We need help. But you have time. You have time. The only thing that's guaranteed is one day we all will transition. But if you take it day by day, you have programs that will help you to get an extension. And if you take it day by day, you will see that the business gets better because you start to look at how you operate differently, how you're operating compared to your peers from Florida to New York to California to Tennessee to Texas. that, hey, we all have this standard and we're saying that this is what we should be doing. So you want to be a part of it. Come on over here. It's cool. We're the cool kids. Accreditation provides the best. You have to be nationally accredited. That is the standard. That is what makes the difference. That is what puts you apart from the person next door. And even once you get yourself different from the person next door, it is saying, hey, let me hold your hand. And it's okay. It's a process. It's not a race. Come on now. The race is not given to the swift, but to the one who endures. Take your time. Call and get help. You can do it. You ought to see the programs that get accredited. The teachers walk a little bit different, as they should. And as we should already be walking different. Come on, Miss Jam, let's go. From good to great. Yes. Don't wait. I'm an early childhood educator. I started finding all rhyming words that go with great. Come on now, we gotta motivate. You got to do it. You've got to take it from just being okay, we're going to keep the doors open. You got to start to put systems in place. You as the leader need to have coaching or be a part of the program. Your staff need to be a part of the program. Encouraging continuing education. Because the better and the greater that they feel about what they do, that's when the longevity comes in. That's when we're able to look at the statistical data and say, hey, this community needs this, or, this community needs that. I'm not going to tell you everything, but stay tuned to me because I have some information to share with you all just from the progress of starting with visiting programs last year to this year. We got to do it. We've got to set a standard within our industry. Use your QRIS to get you there. And then come join the cool kids. All right, Miss Jam. Okay. Well, I don't want this to be our last time together. I don't want it to be our last time together. So I'm gonna let you in this time. I'm gonna let you in. I'm watching. Every third Monday of the month, the Early Childhood Educator Circle Time has an evidence of learning training. The evidence of learning training is free. All programs are free. Virtual trainings are free for programs that utilize the services of ECE Circle Time to help them become nationally accredited. We also opened up those training for other people to attend. I'm going to invite you because next week, Monday, we're going to be talking about taming tornadoes. I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. At the evidence of learning training, it goes over everything, different national accreditation bodies, but it's particular to what's going on. And recently I saw a video on social media and it kind of just really hurt my feelings. And so that sparked the transition of what we're going to talk about with the tiny tornadoes. I'm going to show you guys that video, and I'm going to be discussing on how we should be supporting teachers with handling behavioral challenged children. Because with the spark of this video, there were a lot of things, and I'm pulling it back, Miss Jam, I'm pulling it back. But there were a lot of things that with this viral video that people had to say about this child and what was happening in the classroom. But from the lens of a nationally accredited program, I'm going to show you how to, unfortunately, use this video that I show you on Monday as a learning tool to set your teachers and the children up for greater success. And I'm sure many of you have seen it. We're going to block out the face of the child because it really did hurt me. But it does something to me to see that around the world, our industry is getting bashed from this one isolated incident. Now, I don't blame the child or the teacher, but just as an ECE change agent on this upcoming Monday, this is going to be our alternative evidence to learning, and I invite you to come. You all can attend for free. So go ahead and screenshot this, invite your invite your friends, and for those of you who are not able to attend, if you once you register, we'll make sure that you also get a copy of the information, the PowerPoint, and able to see that video too. So join us. All right, Miss Jam. That's basically my time, y'all. I'm going to go through the comments. I'm going to look at the comments and see if there were any questions. But I do want to thank you for this opportunity to share with you all on my heart on why national accreditation is so important and how to go from good to great. And you can do it no matter what state you in. There are different choices. There are over 8 major or known accreditation bodies. Find the one that best suits you. Stick to it. Become a voice for your community. Become an advocate for the children and let them know that early childhood education and care is important and we're taking a stance. So I don't know if they want me to sing y'all out, but hey, I'm handling it back over. Well, handing it back over.
Thank you so much, Miss Melody. We appreciate you.
Thank
From the
you.
comment section alone, everyone has been so engaged and just so enamored with everything that you're saying, and you're reflecting everything back. So we've got a lot of really happy people. I see got some hands up. So if you want to take a couple of questions, comments, I'm gonna, give some people the opportunity to speak. All right,
Yes.
Miss Alice, we're gonna go ahead and give you permission to talk.
Hi, Miss Alice.
Unmute yourself. Miss Alice? Okay. If you have anything that you'd like to say, please put it in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and see if Miss Sylvia has anything she'd like to say. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
No, I love this training. I really did.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Miss Sylvia. I'm so glad that you were here. You made a difference, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you for being brave to come up and say that. That means a lot to me. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate you.
I thought
Oh, go ahead, Cindy.
this is Cindy. I'm so happy to hear Melody talk about accreditation in such a passionate way.
There's a bit of an echo, Cindy.
I know. Let me cut my earbuds. Maybe it's the earbuds. Is that better? No.
Well, Cindy, I think I can sing Miss Melody's praises for you, if that's all right. It's
Thank
been
you.
our great pleasure to learn about the services that ECE Circle Time provides and to, just really brag on this community that Miss Melody has created. It's such an open, fun, welcoming, don't hide your dirt in the corner. Like, let's talk about everything together, and how to improve your program, the communities that you serve, the teachers under your program as well. From the smallest center to the biggest corporations, Miss Melody is supporting them all, and it's just such a privilege to call her, part of our circle, and to share with her this opportunity to, brag on her to you guys and have her share some of that knowledge. So thank you so much for your time today, and thank you to everyone who joined today for Teacher Appreciation Week. We're going to be doing that random drawing after our call today, so we'll email the lucky winner of that $100, and it's your choice, Visa gift card or Amazon gift card, and I might be taking Mariah's thunder here, so I'll go ahead and turn it over to her to wrap us up. I'm also, Miss Melly, gonna borrow that. Miss Jam, go to the next slide. I loved that. Miss Jam, let's get it. I'm gonna borrow that forever if that's okay. That was just delightful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I may be saying the name incorrectly. I know I am. We don't have to clap it out, but it's IRUEZI. I will give the words to the song to Miss Mariah, and they will. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat, y'all. I saw. Okay. Hey, yeah, you get it.
Oh, good. Do you want to keep going through the chat a little bit and see if there's any questions that you'd like
Yes,
to
ma'am.
Go
I
for
just wanted to catch everybody before. I didn't want anybody to feel left out, to address anything that someone may have needed. Barbara said
Okay.
high school programs for childcare are important. Yes, yes, very much so. Okay. Yeah, career development is a great way to help incentivize new employees in these hard times. That's definitely a great one, Brittany. Yay, hey, Miss Leah. That's my friend. Okay. Christina asked, are there any accreditation programs for registered home daycares? Of course, Christina. Of course. Depending on the size of your program and the makeup of your program, there are 3 options that stick out to me right now. From the main 3, that will be the National Association for the Education of Young Children, the National Early Childhood Program Accreditation, or the National Association for Family Child Care. And again, see, let me hurry up. Come on now. Yep. Storm had already answered. Let me be quiet. Let me go.
No, your knowledge is so valuable. So thank you for continuing to share it.
No problem. Christina, yes, for everybody. Okay. Thank you, Storm, for putting up the standards. Come on, y'all. Community is where it's at.
You're here.
Yes.
Don't hide your light under a basket.
That part. Accountability is the glue that ties commitment for the result. Come on, Miss Cindy. That's my new friend, y'all. It takes time, but it's worth it. Most definitely. Yes, I was talking to you, Miss Melissa. I was talking to you. Sitting right next to you. Yes, this is so great. Can you go back to the last slide? Bethany Friedman, if there's a particular one that you want, let us know. But I believe you're going to get everything.
Yep, and I went ahead and linked
Yeah,
Miss
I think that's
Melody's
everything.
Monday event. So if you are in
Yes.
chat, go ahead and register for her upcoming event. I'll go ahead and link that one more time just at the bottom for you.
Yes. Just go all the way through. We're going to talk about it. It's so important. And let me put this in. Your accreditation is not just on that one day. You know, it's not on that one day. You have a lifetime to go. And since it's just us on this call, making sure that you're following it, because there are going to be members who not only call your licensing, but they're going to call your accreditation. And some of the programs they might pull up. I'll tell you, as a director at a program, I was within my first 60 days and NACCE pulled up. I was like, oh, what do you want? So, you know, it's not just that one-time event. It's something that is a continuous process. Yes, that's right, Miss Cindy. Get accredited and live accreditation. You got to. Yeah, that's everything, everybody.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And for everyone who is here, if you I believe we put Miss Melody's email in the chat, the website in the chat. So please, if you have any questions, she's very friendly. I don't know if you've noticed, but she's more than happy to answer any questions. And if you have a question and you're not able to get a hold of Miss Melody, please feel free to email us, and we will be the in-between. We'll bridge it over and get y'all in contact with one another.
Yes.
So I just want to do a couple of announcements before we close it out. We want to talk about our Champions of Mixed Delivery monthly call. We recently had our May call. The next one is going to be June 7th. That is in partnership with our advocacy partner organization, Early Childcare and Education Consortium. They are policy partners here in DC. And it's a wonderful call. We highly encourage everyone to please join to keep updated on what's happening on the federal level. And we want to hear from folks who are, state by state, what's going on in your state and with any money that you've been given, how you're spending it, how your center is dealing with, any sort of difficulties other than the pandemic, which is big enough, but it's a wonderful time for everyone to just kind of network and problem solve together. So please scan that. And if I'll also put the link in the chat right here for you to go ahead and register for those calls. Jam, could you hit me with the next one? And then, as Miss Melody had mentioned earlier, her little shameless plug for us, we are having a conference. So this is us officially announcing this on one of our webinar calls. It is going to be in Austin, Texas, next April, the 24th through the 27th. That QR code right there, if you'd like to go ahead and scan it, that is just for us to see who is interested in going, and you can be the first ones to get the registration link, which should be coming at least, I want to say probably by the end of this month. So if you want to be on the early bird side of things, please scan that, give us your email, and we will make sure that you get one of the first ones to get the information. And we really, really hope to see you all there. And then next slide, Jam, please. And then also, because we are almost wrapping up Teacher Appreciation Week. And so we are actually doing a special offer for membership, 50% off until the 12th. So we've got 2 more days. If you are not a member of the NCCA, whether it's an individual membership or a center membership, if you are not yet in the fold and you would like to be, please take advantage of this. Go ahead and scan that QR code. We also have the website up on the bottom. Please become a member, and then you can keep in the loop with everything that's going on. You can also take advantage of member pricing when that comes out for the conference. Just saying. Jam? And then, of course, please follow us on social. We love to connect with people. We love to talk to people. And as Miss Melody stated multiple times, it is about community. We are all going through many of the same issues. Problem solve together, don't reinvent the wheel, and talk it out. So please follow us on social, make some new friends, and keep up with us. And I believe that brings us to the end of it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I have, yeah, see you next month.
Y'all ready?
If we have, just
yeah, sing us out, Miss Melody.
Well, Miss Ryan, you have anything else to say?
Oh, no, I was going to see if Miss Cindy had fixed her issue, if she wanted to say anything. Is that the thumbs up? I think the thumbs up is from Cindy.
Hello? Yeah, I haven't fixed it.
Okay.
Thank you all. And remember, you are essential. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Here.
So, Miss Melody, now we would love for you to sing us out.
Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to say goodbye, but this goodbye is not a goodbye. It is a hello to tomorrow, a hello to the rest of the day, hello to what you, the children, the families, and the communities that you serve. So again, just for a moment, meet us back, meet me on a call, because I did mine too. I want to listen with you. We need to know so that we can help one another improve our industry. So again, it's not a goodbye for everybody. It's just a hello to your future, hello to what is to come, and thank you so much for joining us on today. You got it? Simple song. We'll sing it twice. Join in. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Hola, 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 ¿cómo está? Estoy bien, espero que tú estás bien. Hola, 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 ¿cómo está? Estoy bien, espero que tú estás bien. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you.